Hello. So good morning, everyone. First of all, we would like to thank IPTA for offering us such a wonderful platform to talk about fire insurance. Before we move to the presentation on fire, technical presentation on fire insurance, I would just like to give you a small brief about the company that we represent, Unison. We are a company 27 years into business insurance broking. We are the first lot of the insurance broker that started in India, 2001, 2002. We have almost 14 to 16 offices across the country. We have a pan-India presence, and we mobilize almost 1,100 crores of premium, direct and reinsurance on a pan-India level basis. We are an ISO certified broker which gives data protection. No broker in the country has that certification of ISO. And we are an international award-winning broker. So I just thought from where it comes, everyone should know. Now, before we go to this presentation, I would just like to throw some light on the insurance figures scenario. Because if you see today, insurance in any industry is least on priority, means it's very neglected. When it comes to claims, we often see the whole dynamics of the insurance approach changes. So why I tell you? The fixation, when you take a policy, when I say why it is neglected, because when we go to any insurance client for business, for renewals, the first thing that we are asked is how much is the premium reduction. Now, we are absolutely compromising on the coverages, we are compromising on the warranties, and we are compromising on the silent enablers in the policy that somehow we missed as a layman, and the result that we have to face in event of a claim is very disastrous. So we often say, there is a say, that if you throw or if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. So insurance policy is also all about that. If you're only going to buy a policy based on pricing, it could lead to a very serious issue in event of a large claim. Now I'll just give you some highlights on the industry scenario. Like if you see, the penetration in India is just 1 or 1.25% in comparison to the GDP. Now when you see the developed countries or when you see globally, the penetration is 8%. So it means India has to travel a huge number, and this is mainly because of the lack of awareness. And if you see, like we are the 4th largest economy now after US, China, Germany, India and Japan. But when you see our global ranking in terms of penetration, we are 25th. That means even countries which are behind us, the penetration and awareness of insurance is much, much higher. And another important statistic that you would want to know, in 2000, there were 4 companies. In a span of 25 years, now we are 33 companies. We have 33 companies. But this journey of 25 years, the penetration has only traveled from 0.5% to 1.25%. So you imagine the scope of general insurance in India. Secondly, insurance does a premium of around 3,10,000 crores a year. Now 3,10,000 crores a year is a very big number. But the estimate, what they are saying by 2050 would be 10 times of what we are doing. That is the experts' opinion on general insurance penetration in India. We are growing on an average of 10%. And the major lines of business that we see is relevant because fire, health and motor. Now if you look at the hygiene of insurance companies, the hygiene of insurance companies are in a very, very bad shape. So that is why, as an insured, you need to be very, very careful in selecting the insurance company. Say for example, there is a solvency margin ratio. Now, I feel not many may know this. There is a solvency margin which is governed by a regulatory. IRDA is the controlling body for general insurance. They have set the norms of 1.5, meaning for any 100 rupee claim, an insurance company should have a provision of 150 rupees on the balance sheet. Now you will be surprised to know more than 50% of the insurance company do not comply to this. I will not name an insurance company on this platform, but 50% of the insurance company do not comply to this. So that is our strong focus. Please be extra careful in terms of selecting your partner as insurance companies. And there is a huge, and why this is contributing. Now if you see insurance, 98% is the overall combined ratio of the industry. And if you see the actual core combined ratio, means insurance business is underwriting. Now when you look at 3,17,000 crore of premium that they do, they pay claims more than 3,10,000 crores a year. It is 102%. So the profit of this 2% comes from the investment portfolio that insurance company manages. So that is why we often say, please be extra careful in placing your portfolio, because your business, how good it may be, your balance sheet, how good it may be, but tomorrow in event of a catastrophe or a large loss, everything can go for a toss. So I would now hand over to my colleague to take this forward and go through the presentation. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, IFTA, for inviting us. And we were really happy going through these sessions here. A lot of knowledge for us to learn and take back, because we do a lot of risk assessment for various industries, including paper industry. So all this knowledge is very helpful for us as well. And I was really glad to see a lot of new work being done. So after all risk control, risk reduction, risk mitigation is done, we come to whatever remaining we must transfer to someone else. When you're doing a business, you want to transfer. So that's why we come in actually at the end of all you've done to transfer the risk to the insurance. So we are here. We work as brokers, as well as, and you know, when there is a fire, the first thing anybody asks, insurance thana. So it is important to have insurance, and it happens, I mean, it just happens once in a lifetime to somebody, but it could be devastating. So you need to transfer that remaining risk to people who do the business of taking other people's risk. And we come in not only as broker, we also as an advisor to see agar fire insurance tha to sahi tha. Many times you've seen people take the insurance and put the paper, and later on there is a fire after, and they realize, oh, this document is not there, that is not there. So we not only do the broking, we also do the advising. We have a short presentation for you, and I will let my colleague Amit Patil take over here and go through this presentation.
Hello. Very good morning to everyone. Thank you, IFTA. I need not to go ahead and speak a lot about things. I think already been taken care by Mushidar Variavaji and Vikas sir. So I'll straight coming to the presentation. I know the time is also less. All right. I'll go to the next slide. So this is how, you know, the fire risk comparison across Gujarat industries. So yes, there are paper industries, but if you can say overall very high exposure in regards to the fire and explosion, which is the chemical industry. But again, the second largest is the paper making, and a lot of other industries are there. So this is about the exposure which is there in the paper industry. This is about the annual fire-related claims for the paper making industry, India versus Gujarat. So you can clearly see, property and equipment damages, which is estimated loss around 200 crores. At the same time, not only the property damages losses, there are production losses as well. Production losses mean there are business interruption losses, which actually impacting your balance sheet. When the losses are there, your production stop, so you are not able to make productions, and because of that, losses are coming on a daily basis. So this has to be taken care with the insurance due to fire or probably due to breakdown. So we will be explaining further in the slides. And again, insurance and legal liabilities, the claims category where the losses also getting increased. You can clearly say, in Gujarat and overall India, how these losses have been increased. Once the losses happen, there are a lot of environmental penalties are also coming from the government bodies, factory inspectors, a lot of things are coming up, once we are handling such kind of claims. So this also be getting increased day by day. So recent cases of fire related to losses in paper industry in Gujarat. I just quickly name few. Despite being, I know these are the very established companies, but the losses cannot be stopped. It can be happen anywhere. So it is randomly picked. This is a Lamet paper mill, Narayan paper mill, Aravali paper mill, Surendranagar paper mill, Shah papers, JB Crafts, Anna paper mill, and Best Quest. So there are a lot of other companies also where the losses happen. So this is just randomly picked, some large losses. Conclusion from the fire claim data for the paper making industry, which I explained in the earlier slide. It's talk about just fire policy for material damage may not be adequately covering your risk. Production and downtime is related to fire are substantial and equivalent to 75% of the material damage risk. Why paper making industry is high risk fire risk? I think I need not to explain. Everyone is expert here in the power industry, so paper industry, so know about the because of combustible paper, dust, use of flammable chemicals, heat from tires, rollers, and presses, poor ventilation and housekeeping, regulatory gaps, and lack of fire NOC enforcement. So these are the paper industry risk exposure as a overall. I need not to explain this. I think everyone is aware about the kind of exposures there in the paper industry. Yeah, this is very important. This is what we have been asked to call for. Why insurance? So property, a lot of fixed assets is there in your site. Buildings, civil structures, infrastructures, plant and machineries, utilities and ancillary systems, furniture, fixture, fittings and others. A lot of compound walls, a lot of roads, culverts, structures, all has to be well covered with the policy. This is very important because when we are handling claims, so we understand, some assets has not been included in the balance sheet, not included in your fixed asset registers. So this is very, very important to cover all your fixed assets, all your current assets like raw material, work in process. Sometimes it happens, in the policy they don't describe what are the stock which is there in work in process. So that has to be identified and has to be very categorically specified in the policy, which is very important. And a lot of other assets are there, which is the movable assets. A lot of construction work is going on your site, a lot of equipment which are moving and taking a place in the site, so that also be adequately covered in the policy. And the second part is that business interruption risk. This is very, very important to safeguard your balance sheet. It covers your gross profit. Gross profit is nothing but it's a net profit plus standing charges, or you can say turnover minus variable expenses. And paper industry, how long the lead period, whether 6 months, whether 1 year, I think the right people is the technical people who are working at the site. They will tell if something has happened, a fire, how long it takes to reinstate the plant. Because if you are thinking that this is 9 months, better go for 12 months. Because once the total fire has happened at the site, a lot of things has to be taken care, like removal of debris, a lot of approvals are coming up, a lot of government approvals are stopping your plants because of the environmental criteria or some strict regulations, Factory Act. So all these parameters has to be very calculative way you need to consider while taking a reinstatement period for the policy for the business interruption. So business disruption risk not only cover fire insurance, because of fire your plant stop and it will take a reinstate to 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 15 months to be in a same position where he was before the loss. Alright. And there are a lot of breakdowns which can again lead to a critical production losses like turbine installed no power, how you are going to run your plant. Alright. So such kind of critical machineries you need to identify, discussion with the technical team which can lead to a 3 months time, 6 months time, 9 months time. There are some equipment or some critical parts which is not readily available in India, you need to import it. So they will guide you and we also will work with this knowledge, how to ask certain questions with the technical team when we are at site to take the plant at a right indemnity period. So if the losses are coming, your balance sheet is going to be disturbed, so that can be very easily covered with the insurance company. It covers gross profit. Additionally, if you have a net loss in your balance sheet, still a policy covers your FLOP risk. But if you have a gross loss in the policy, so no policy will be given. Gross loss is nothing but when your manufacturing cost is high and your sales turnover is less. So nobody is giving this policy. This policy is giving for gross profit, net profit plus standing charges. Either you take it, turnover minus variable expenses. Both the way when you are doing this calculation from the balance sheet, the value will be coming same. And if you have a net losses, still policy covers your standing charges. So it is very important to safeguard your business risk in regards to business interruption cover. These are the key insurance covers recommended in the market. Standard fire and special peril policy. It is a very named peril policy. 11 to 12 perils are there. If it is going to trigger, then only your policy going to be triggered. At the same time, there is one more policy for the fire, which is called industrial all risk policy. This policy says about exclusion-based policy. So such certain exclusions are not covered. Rest everything is covered under the fire policy. Machinery breakdown, which I was explaining in the earlier slide. Which are the critical machineries you understand which can lead to your business at halt. So that need to be identified and that is well covered with the policy. Business interruption, which I have already explained. ALOP. ALOP is nothing but it is the same business interruption cover, but it says advanced loss of profit. So this is usually being given to the project risk. So if you are setting up a paper industry, probably for 3 years, 4 years is the time, and you know that after 4 years you are going to start your business again, alright. So, which will give you a revenue from the day one. So that calculation has to be done in advance, that is called as advanced loss of profit. So, the losses are not being given in a one go. Once your project is finished, all the calculation done by the server and one claim has to be given during that period. So this is called advanced loss of profit. For the project risk, for operational risk, this is loss of profit. Boiler and pressure plant insurance, this is a separate policy, and I think every industry have got a boiler. Steam is the requirement of everywhere, I think paper industry as well. Marine and transit insurance, whenever your finished goods or raw material which is coming to your site, which is going to your other sites or to your customers, that's required insurance. So that is covered under the marine and transit insurance. Liability insurance, public and product. Liability is when the visitors are at your premises or the surrounding properties. When something is happening in your plant, so that is covered your liability to the third party. So this can be anything. This can be a foreign delegate which is coming to your site. This can be some auditors which is coming to your site and something is happening to your site. So this will be covered by a liability insurance. Cyber and equipment insurance, for the last 3 years this subject has been picked up very fast. India is getting globalized in regards to the IT technologies and everything. So the crime is also getting increased. So this is a very, I cannot say a niche product, but yes, day by day the demand is coming very high for the cyber and equipment insurance. This is the criteria of insurance company evaluation criteria. I think since morning I have attended almost 4-5 presentations, so I understand everyone is talking about how to improve the risk in regards to fire and safety. So again, insurance companies also wanted to hire your risk, they wanted to underwrite your risk, but they also wanted these are the criteria has to be matched, which will always give a confidence to them and to give a better pricing to them and safety underwriting. So these are fire protection adequacy, hydrant, sprinkler detectors, construction type of plant layout. The more is a spread plant. Lot of blocks are there, lot of production in different blocks, so it is spreading the risk. So if something has happened, loss cannot be happened to the whole plant. This is going to be restricted. Maintenance inspections record how you are regularly maintaining your plants, machineries, how you are maintaining the data. This is very important once the claim is coming. So insurance companies are asking what was the maintenance practices which you followed. So if you are practicing all these parameters, this is going to be help insurance company, and again by doing this you will be gaining a confidence of the insurance company and a smooth claim process as well. Business continuity and risk management plan. If something happened to your business, whether the alternative sources are there, you can procure the raw material or you can supply the finished product to your customers to run your business, because a lot of competition is there in the market. So name is also very important for the brand which is representing to the market. So if something is stopped, how your business continuity plan has to be there, whether you have chalked out your business continuity plan. So this is very important. Handling hazardous storage chemicals, how you handle the hazardous chemical storage. Fire and safety training system is very important. More is educated your, I think there was a session on the HR side which was talking about a lot of trainings. So this is again very important. So we being as engineers go to the site and sensitize all these areas when we are visiting not only paper industries, all the industries. So wherever we are go, we understand these parameters and sensitize to the insurance companies. This is how you know the companies are moving, and you can go for the underwriting of the better pricing. Various safety audits as well, which is mandatory, fire safety audits, electrical safety audits. So they also check whether you are doing regularly or not, whether you are doing from your internal resources or not. So these all parameters are critical for insurance company to underwrite. Apart from that, something is missing, that they will also suggest you need to go for this improvement, and we will definitely quote you over a period of time a better risk and better pricing for that. How Unison as brokers can help. So site surveys and risk assessment, dedicated team of engineers. So we have a almost 8 engineers team in which 2 engineers are 40 years and above, 40 years of experience and above, in which sir is also there. And we have got a young team of 6 engineers, all the disciplines, mechanical, electrical, chemical. We thoroughly review existing insurance policies, and we understand what are the actually coverages has to be offered to the client. It is not about that like steel industry cover I am offering you into paper industry. Chemical manufacturing industries I am offering you into paper industry. So we understand what are the risks involved in paper industries, and we ensure instead of giving a lot of add-on covers, what is critical add-on covers, which we understand and which is going to trigger when the loss is coming. So we have got those expertise into this. Loss scenario, we estimate a loss scenario which is important for insurance company to place their business to the reinsurance. Critical component analysis, environmental impact, better environmental risk mitigations, highlighting your positives to get premium reduction with proper coverages. So I'll give a small example of that. What are the positives about you? So if you are handling a lot of fire protection, hydrant system as per NFPA, as per UL listed, we educate them. All right. If you are spending a lot of money on your maintenance, 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, 10, 15 crores, so we educate insurance company. They are very rigorous maintenance programs they have. They have got a capital budget for that, and this is the last 3 years they have invested 10 crores, 15 crores. So this creates a lot of confidence between insurance company and the client, which we educate to insurance company. Establishing relationship with the insurers to help in premium negotiation and claim recovery in the unfortunate event of losses. Certification for recommendations for better premium. Trend in insurance premium post 2024, when deep discounts were offered, premiums have been going up with increased losses, have risen by 15 to 60%. Companies with strong fire safety, fire risk audits, site surveys, compliance checks can get better premium with right approach. This is absolutely correct. You know, people who are maintaining a lot of good safety practices, they can always demand some good discount from the insurance company. These are the small case studies. I'll just quickly go through. The one is about a Hooghly. In Hooghly, West Bengal, in 1991, there was a fire because of electrical short circuit and spontaneous combustion. Incident was fire started, raw material go down. So a lot of recommendation like eliminating the ignition sources, restricting smoking, avoid bare contact electrical equipment, improve housekeeping and maintain aisles between the storages, provide venting and maintain 1 meter clearance to the sprinklers, and protect seal structures with the concrete increases. Case 2 is again throwing a BDS cigarette. I think in the morning also somebody was telling that there was cases where BDS cigarettes have been thrown into a lot of large fires are there. So fire and waste paper go down, spread rapidly to other sections, strict no smoking enforcements, segregate plant sections with the party walls, limit storage height to 10 feet, install hydrant system as per the TAC. TACs no longer exist anymore, but NFPA is almost equivalent to the TAC only. So I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you for my